Welcome back to All Hands on Deck.
We are back in the Abacos. After going down to Eleuthera and the Exumas, we are finally back, but the season is starting to wind down. We have just a little bit of time left here in the Bahamas before we cross back to the United States. And while we're here in the Abacos, our goal or our hope is to hit a couple of the places that we didn't get to in our first pass through this island chain.
And today we are going to Man-O-War Cay. It's a small little town. It's only 5 miles across the Sea of Abacos, so we're gonna do a quick little day sail over there.
Let's go. See you over there.
Most graceful.
We absolutely love having our 2 dogs on board with us. It really enriches our time on the water, but it also adds a little bit of more time to each of our days, because it's very important for us to take them to shore and make sure they get play and exercise in.
We were anchored right behind our friends at Sailing Zephyr. You should go check out their channel. We're gonna miss them. It was fun hanging out with them for a couple days.
Sails are up. We are making decent progress. A little over 4 knots and just over 11 knots of wind. We're heading to Man-O-War, the little island just in front of us. It's not very far. It's just about 3 miles away. We are excited to be going to visit somewhere new that we've not been before. There's supposed to be some boat building history here. That'll be exciting, especially after going to the boat building shop in Beaufort. And I don't know, there's supposed to be some other pretty cool things. So it should be a good full day at Man-O-War. We've said it before and we'll say it again. One of the things that we absolutely love about the Abacos is how incredibly well protected it is to sail and how close the islands are together. If you want to go from one place to the other, it really is about the best conditions you could possibly hope for. And it makes sightseeing across the entire sea something that you can only dream about. That is, of course, unless you come here and experience it for yourself. Without the high output alternator, I don't know if we told you guys yet, but it broke. I gotta get a part back in the states for it. Been really trying to figure out how to maximize the solar because we've really gotta keep the batteries topped off until we get back. So I've been taking the engine hoist down because early in the morning when the sun's low enough, it's putting, like, I don't know, 5-inch squared shadow onto the panel and it's taking the efficiency down. But taking it down, this panel is completely wide open, boom's way far over. 2 of the panels on the hardtop are wide open. We've come close to being at parity with what we generate during the day versus what we use in a 24-hour period. So it's working out okay, and we also have the suitcase generator to use as a backup. But took it down. Now just gotta get the dinghy and we'll head to town. Man-O-War Harbor is one of the most well-protected harbors in all of the Abacos. The issue, though, is that the entrance is quite shallow and very narrow. So while you can find refuge inside, we anchor outside and bring the dinghy in. But man, is it a beautiful place. this is Man-O-War. It was founded in the late 1700s, also by British loyalists, like some of the other islands here that were fleeing the American Revolution. And then in the early 1800s, I think, one of the Alburys was shipwrecked onto this island, married a local farmer's daughter, but we're not entirely sure about that. Anyway, that Albury line is the one that has so many of the businesses that you see today, both here and I think in some other place in the Bahamas. But it was also decimated by Hurricane Dorian in 2019, like many of the islands, and as you can see, it's still in a state of recovery. But we're excited to be here. We're excited to go see the boat building shop and some other things, so let's go do that.
Smells like a wood shop on the island because they're like actively building the boats here today.
The real question is, does Kirstin actually know where we're going? She has her phone out and a map. That doesn't necessarily mean that she gets us where we're gonna go. Okay, she found it. She got us here successfully. Here's the coffee shop and bakery and the Heritage Center.
Oh my gosh, this iced coffee is so good. I got a bacon jalapeno cheddar scone. Looks so good. Did we have breakfast on the boat? Yes. Did that stop us from getting something? No.
Mine's just a plain bagel. I mean, it's not a plain bagel, but it's a bagel, so it's a plain choice. It's a cinnamon bagel and a Coke. Come at me.
So these photos show like the traditional dress of the island. It's a bosun's chair from the 60s. Basically same type of thing that we used to hoist me up the mast.
We'll go there, hopefully, today.
That's a cool patch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is a cute little heritage museum and bakery. Definitely worth a stop. Since it's open, should we go look? It's the library.
Yeah, why not?
I will never read this book. Never. Absolutely not. That was the cutest little library. Do you think they would let me reorganize them and alphabetize them by author? Because I didn't see any sort of organization there, but I would gladly do that for free.
Man-O-War appears to be a very cute little town. Obviously, still in various states of repair from Hurricane Dorian, but very cute. Not very touristy though. I think that that's why there's not many restaurants. There's a good grocery store, but it's probably well stocked mostly for locals. It's very nice. Kirstin's about to lose her mind, so I'm going to show you something real quick.
They have sheep! Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I want them to come over here, but it's quite hot out, so they're staying in the shade. Come here, buddies.
That's pretty.
Illinois, Charleston, St. Louis, Mo, baby. That's crazy.
Portugal. Yeah, look at how big this hurricane is. Like, here's Florida, here's all of the Bahamas. Well, this is Eleuthera, so like down to, that thing's massive. Yeah, that thing is just absolutely incredibly huge. I cannot fathom like having been here when that was going on.
Okay, we may just come back through here and eat something for lunch. Yeah. Thank you for your information. Love the history.
It's interesting. The patch is very similar to what was on the jacket still in the museum. So we knew this before we came, but Sailmaker shop doesn't make sails anymore. They make bags and that sort of stuff, and they're all very beautiful. But if you need a sail repaired, this is not the place to come. Not anymore.
So Norman Albury, 70 years ago, was working on sails. Like, he was a sailmaker. And so his wife took some of the scraps of canvas and made it into a little bag for a kid to put his marbles in. And it kind of took off from there because all the other kids wanted bags. And then she started making other like drawstring bags for like women's purses and tool bags and things like that. So still around 70 years later. It's pretty cool.
Very cool shop. I think that's all the stuff to see, right? We went to the crafting shop. Oh, the boat building. We'll go to the boat building. The sail shop.
Like the main thing.
Yeah. And the grocery store and the coffee shop. It's a very cute island.
Probably the thing that Man-O-War is most famous for is the boat building shop. So back in 1952, Willard Albury started building boats with his father and his brother, and then later started building them with his sons as well. And they just became known as these really great boats to drive in the Sea of Abaco. They were wooden boats until 1985, and that's when they started building fiberglass boats. So the boats are still made today. They range from like 18 feet all the way up to 33 feet. And anywhere you go in the Abacos, you can still see the Albury Brothers boats around. Wow, that's fast.
Well, not fast enough. There's a 2-year waiting list to get one.
How many years?
2 years.
Wow.
Used to build wooden boats.
Yeah, we read
That was
about
what he
that.
did.
So why do these stringers have the parts cut out of them?
Well, when the liner drops in,
Okay.
the liner's going to sit on the stringer.
Sure.
It's going to glue to the stringer and glue to the side of the boat.
Yeah.
So this is where your fuel fill and fuel vent will come right through there
Okay.
and up here, and your water stuff, and then back there you see the tunnel that's on the liner over there.
Yeah.
Okay, that tunnel goes across. That's where all your stuff for the motor will go.
Yeah.
So yeah, this piece, this right here, fits in that. And
Okay.
your console is going to be here, so all of your wiring, engines and stuff will come in, come down, and come out here.
Okay. Cool. I'm not exactly sure how much of that I got on video, but I'll walk you through real quick. This is the hull of the boat. It's in the mold. It's going to be popped out sometime in the next couple days. This is the inside liner of the boat. Be the finished product. That's also coming out of the mold, and then this gets put into that. Up there in the rafters, I don't know if you can see it, that is the mold for the deck. There's a couple finished ones over there, so that gets put on top, and then they have to build the console and that sort of stuff. So they build these pieces in They build each piece separately and then adhere it all together. I'm very impressed. It's a very thick layup. It's not cord. I don't know. I would buy one of these. They're very cool, and I trust that these guys know what they're doing. Man-O-War was fantastic. I mean, we're still here. We're on the dock. We haven't left yet, but it was a great decision to come up here and make this a day trip from Marsh Harbor. We highly recommend it. Can't recommend it enough to come check out this beautiful gem of the Abacos.
I agree. I think one of the coolest things about the island is how much pride they take in their history and how much information there is between the Heritage Museum and the boat building workshop. There's just so much history and so much information. It was really cool to learn all about it.
Yeah, the people were great. We stopped and talked to a lot. We still got to get better about being okay putting them on camera, but we'll get there eventually. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to add. Fantastic trip. I'll repeat myself. You should come to Man-O-War if you come to the Abacos. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed your time here with us. Thank you very much. Bye.
Well, we have run aground. We were leaving Tahiti Beach, coming up north to Hopetown and then over to Marsh Harbor. We've done this trip before near Hopetown, and we've done it at low tide, and we haven't grounded the boat before, but somehow today we have. So we're just gonna sit, we have the anchor out, we're just gonna sit here for a couple hours until the tide rises and we can get out of here. Andy was very successful at getting the boat off of the ground a couple of times, and we just were trying to weave our way and find the deep water, and we just kept grounding the boat. So we decided to just sit tight here for a bit.